Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to the July gaming recap. And joining me are my friends, Mr. Gino. How are you doing, Gino?
Doing pretty good.
Wonderful. And of course, our longtime friend, Mr. Jason. How are you doing?
Too bad. How's everyone?
I hope everyone's doing good. It's been very gloomy and rainy here today. But I hope everywhere else where you're at, you're safe, especially if you're in Hawaii and Japan. I hope you're not getting hit by a tsunami and everyone's safe there. And of course, anywhere else, I hope it's sunny and wonderful and it's very nice weather. Enjoying the end of July. Oh, so speaking of July, as everyone knows, and by we, I mean me, I usually invite a couple people on to talk about what video games we were playing for the current month, and it is July, as you know. And we talk about them, list them, say like what we liked about them, kind of spotlight them, and then we also talk about what we're looking forward to for the next month as well. So with that being said, we'll get right into this, and I'm going to start with you, Jason. Jason, what's the first game that you would like to talk about that you've been playing this month?
I'm just gonna go by hours, I guess. It's gonna be a boring game for everyone, so everybody's that's probably listening is gonna be like, that's probably not a game I'm gonna check out or anything like that. But the game that I've had the most hours put into for July was actually PGA Tour 2K25.
Ooh,
As I'm looking at my hours played, it's fun. Play a lot of doubles, play a lot of ranked on there. As everybody knows, besides a lot of the sports that I watch, golf was one that I went to college and play. So anytime there's like a golf game or anything like that, I like to check out. And with all the updates that 2K25 has been putting in, I'll maybe play 1, 2, 3 rounds a day kind of thing. So it just kind of adds up when you play every day, and you're just waiting for this season to end till the next season starts and all that kind of stuff. So it's been fun playing that game. There's a lot of things wrong with it, but again, it's a 2K game, unfortunately. So there's always going to be the goods with the bads when it comes to those kind of games. But it's been a lot of fun playing it, and if you have people to play with it, it's even more fun.
Yeah, every time I hop onto Discord, you're always playing the PGA golf. I see is the notification for you. How many hours did you put into it? I don't think I heard you say that.
For this month or for like in grand total?
I guess grand total. Why not?
So for as long as the game's been out, I have 245 hours.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's a major commitment. How is playing online in that game? You said you do ranked?
Yeah, it's fun. You can do singles, you can do doubles. I usually try to do doubles ranked just because it's a little bit more fun playing it, like I said, with people and doing everything like that. A lot of people now, when they start getting ready to lose, if you're beating them by a lot or just right through, they're starting to do the quit. It's not a hack in a way, but like you lose, you give your opponents less points to rank up, which is kind of annoying, but you as the player take a bigger hit. So hopefully next season they do updates where, if you keep doing that, a lot of things are going to happen to your account kind of thing where you take even more of a hit because, yes, it sucks for people that like accidentally have their connection lost and you lose connection, but it's got to stop where, you're on the last hole and next, you see the person leave and you're getting penalized for being good.
Right. So I guess I should ask, you buy the golf games every year, or is it like every other year?
It depends. So PGA Tour has been coming out like almost every other year, because I think so. Like PGA, they kind of do it right in a way where they come out not all the time. Now that I say that, next year there'll probably be another one. But yeah, no, it all just depends. If I see the game and people are playing it, I'll get it every year. But if it's something that's like simple or anything like that, I'm not the biggest fan of buying sport games every year. I used to be, but now that I know that it should just be roster changes, and then especially like this game right here, there's not really a roster because you just make your own character and just kind of play. There's no need to in a way. And then
Nice.
with all the courses that they can add to the game, they don't really need to have another game come out unless there's like a bigger update. And then also you can create your own courses as well. So to me, these games are the ones that usually should not come out every year. But yeah, like I said, it's been a lot of fun. Like I said, if you're a huge golf fan and you don't have it, I would recommend it. There's a lot to do in the game, but again, it's one of those games.
All right, very cool, very cool. Gino, are you a big golf guy?
I'm not good at it. I like playing, but I'm not good at it.
Yeah, golf has never been my kind of cup of tea, I guess you could say. It's not for everyone. But like I said, it holds a special place in your heart because that's what you went to do in college, and you did it in high school. I'm guessing too, if I recall correctly, right?
Yeah. I played since I was in fifth grade.
So see, yeah.
So yeah.
So yeah. And there
So
you
now
go.
we're but yeah, and again it goes to the thing too because like the game that I was like really good at when I was playing a lot of PlayStation 2 golf games were like the Tiger Woods games where I could almost speed run the games in a way. And you're like speed running golf games, that's kind of weird. It's just I could shoot, 49 on 18 holes kind of thing, or 50. I think that's what my best round was. I used to, if you go back to my old Twitch videos, I'm sure there's still, old Twitch videos, you'll see me playing a lot of golf games and trying to break 50 with, and failing just to be able to do it because, pretty difficult.
Yeah. So since we're talking about old PS2 games and stuff, were you a big fan of Hot Shots and Everyone's Golf and all that stuff too?
Oh yeah. What is it? Not next month, but it's September. We have another one coming out, so I'll be looking forward to that.
Yeah, I know AC and a few of our other buddies are all down to do some golf nights for sure in September.
Yep, absolutely.
Awesome. Gino, do you have any closing thoughts about PGA Tour?
Happy Gilmore 2 came out on Friday.
It did.
Did you guys watch that? I didn't watch it.
I did. To.
What'd you think, Jason?
I haven't seen it, but I saw the clip with Eminem, and I'm like, now I have to watch it. I'm obligated.
But what'd you think of it?
I was not like sad and like emotional sad, but after the first 3 to 4 minutes, you'll understand where my lack of enthusiasm talking about it hits.
That's fair.
Fair enough.
I mean, it was bad, but not in a good bad, but it was like, I'm happy to see the characters. So I'm not one of those people that are going to like, oh, it's this, and this, like, watch it. I mean, I'm happy I watched it, but after the first 3-4 minutes, I was like, oh crap. It's going to be that, isn't it?
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. I saw one clip and I was like, well, this isn't making me laugh, but I guess there's an audience out there for it. That's all I can say about it.
Yep.
All right. We're going to move on then to you, Gino. What is a game that you would like to talk about that you played for this month?
So my buddy, actually, it's sort of like it's not like, it's like Lethal Company in a way, but not really. It's called Cash Grab Refunded. And he bought it for me, and it's sort of like an up to 4 player, and you're running around different levels of this elevator, or like not elevator, but you're going down into this building, exploring these different floors, and it's more like a spooky run around game. And where you're trying to find, it's like you need a goblin battery to power the next elevator to go down.
Okay.
It's super weird, and I loved it. I played it on my stream on Friday, the 11-hour stream, and I'm just like, this is amazing.
Could you give a little bit more detail into it? Like, what are some other stuff that you do in it?
So you run around, you collect actual cash on the floor. You use the cash, and you can buy different things in the game, or you can just drop kick your friends across the map.
Oh, interesting.
And then you get snuck up on by this guy that calls you twin, and if you don't give him $1, he starts pirouetting at you until you don't exist anymore.
Oh, funny. have you played this game, Jason, by any chance?
Oh no, I have not.
Yeah, I've never heard about this game too.
Yeah.
How
I'll put a link to it. I have it on my I pulled it up on my Steam because I'm like I'm gonna forget about what games I've been playing.
yeah. Yes, because I never heard. So it's like it's kind of like a more like funny, spooky kind of feel to it. You said it's like
Yeah.
so it's like with goblins. Is it like in a dungeon and stuff like that?
Not really a dungeon. It's more like a weird office building, but there's a battery that has a goblin inside of it.
Okay,
That is why it's a goblin battery.
that's interesting.
It's a very like I didn't know what it was until my buddy's like, "Hey, we should play this or we should play it's I'm trying to think what the other one was I gotta think what the other I can go over the other one next or a little later. There's a cash grab refund and you can actually use any image as long as it's the right size to create your face. So I was a Pokeball for a face.
Okay, I'm gonna link this in chat so people can see it and take a look at it themselves. But yeah, here is the link to the Steam page if you guys want to check that game out. And then there you go. Yeah, it looks very interesting, to say the least, from what I'm looking at here. it's you're being chased by like this giant like liquor-looking monster and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great.
It's an early access game too, huh?
hmm
All right, that's cool. So that means that there's going to be a lot more stuff to it later on when it comes out, huh?
Yes. Right now it's on sale. I think I'd have to double check. I think it's like $9. So
All right, all
I
right.
think it's at $7 right now.
okay,
Yeah,
maybe that's the other
$6.99
one.
right
It was-
now. That's what
Even
it says.
cheaper.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
All right, cool, cool. I'll have to look this up. Did you share this with Paul and all the other boys?
Not yet. I need to. I told them about it.
I would say you should. Yeah. In fact, I'm just gonna link this to them.
Okay,
right
I was
now.
about to say I'm gonna send it to them too.
Yeah, I just linked it to them, so they'll get that message. Oh yeah, this looks pretty fun. Only $6.99. I might have to go pick that up and give it a little download and test myself. It looks fun.
It's
Well,
definitely.
this doesn't have to do with this game, but it's a style of game. Has anybody tried Peak yet or anything like that? Because it kind of
I was
has that vibe too.
I was playing that earlier. I actually made a short earlier
Okay.
for me and my buddies, and I also played with the company boys of that. In that game, it's hard. Did you find the Scoutmaster yet?
I haven't played it. I was just like I was looking at it, and I'm like, it reminds me kind of like that in a ways. So like that style of games.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
looks fun.
It's super fun.
All right, cool, cool. Jason, do you have anything that you'd like to add about this game? Because I haven't played it, so I couldn't give any more details or thoughts.
No, yeah, no, I'm looking at it. Like I said, I'm looking at the thing and watching a couple videos. It does like I said, it reminds me of like just the very fun if you have a bunch of people together to or I would guess for me when I was playing oh man, what's the name of that game? The scary one, the ghost one. I'm looking through my Steam account right now because yes, thank you.
Yeah, Phasmophobia is great.
Yeah. It looks to me like one of those kind of games where if you have a lot of people ready to play that and all just the nonsense you can get your friends into, or if you know what you're doing, you can get them scared by messing with them, kind of thing.
Yeah, I want to play some more games like that with people. It's just been hard to find some time to do all that stuff. It's also kind of why I've been saying I want to like cut down a little bit on some streaming, like just so I can have more time to play with my friends and have them stream on their channels instead, Ando says friend flop, as the youth call it.
There you go.
I've never heard of that one before, but that's kind of funny. But yeah,
it makes sense.
Yeah, this does look really fun though. At least there's been this whole rise in like these type of games. It feels like what was it? The company what was that game called?
Lethal Company.
Lethal Company, yeah.
There was
Repo.
Schedule One.
Yeah, Repo.
All these kind of games have been
Schedule 1's great.
kind of hopping up everywhere too. I mean, I know in a few weeks I'm going to be playing Grounded 2 with Paul and them, so I can't wait to sit down and play that because everything I've been hearing about like that game has also been really positive so far. I haven't heard a bad word about it.
Yeah, no, I mean it's fun seeing multiplayer games, be the thing. And then the nice thing about them too is, they're not very expensive. So like, I mean, in a $10 game, I mean, I know this is cheaper, but if you play a $10 game for even 20 hours with all your friends, like it pays for itself in full. And it seems like all the updates that when they do come out, they don't cost much, if anything. So it just makes the games live longer for what they are.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're super cheap and everything else like that. So they're kind of easy to make. They have probably really good ROI, So if they could get a good hit and they can get like a lot of word of mouth and YouTube stuff like that, then that's pretty good.
Yep.
But for me, it's just more so like having people to play with. It's always a scheduling thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, that's the thing.
And my dog is barking. Let me yell at him real quick. Ugh. Anywho, that's all I got for. Is that all you got to say about this one, Gino?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's like without playing it, you don't like fully understand how like ridiculous it is because we had a couple maps where it's like, oh, we found the goblin battery immediately, and then there's other maps where we cannot find the goblin battery to save our lives,
right?
And then we just end up getting attacked many, many, many times.
All right, cool. All right. Well, with that being said, I'll move on to myself then. So this game was on my radar for about a couple years now because I didn't know it existed until about I want to say late 2023, early 2024, and then it got added to PlayStation as part of their backwards compatibility, quote unquote. And it's a game called Ghost Hunter. This originally came out for the PS2, but you can buy it now for PS4 or PS5. And it was a Sony Entertainment Europe, actually, published game, and it was made by Namco, believe it or not. I don't know if you guys have heard about this game. I'm guessing, Gino, you didn't. Jason, have you? All right, so basically, the concept of the game so far is it's a third-person shooter, and you play as this cop from Detroit. I'm blanking on his name, but it was like a pun because it was about it's like a pun for like ghost hunting and stuff like that, and that's the cop's name. I can't remember off the top of my head, but apparently it's kind of like a Ghostbusters type kind of game where you get special like weapons to go hunt down ghosts and stuff like that. And I'm like, we're talking like kind of crazy and fucked up kind of ghost looking things too, with like this very weird story behind it where you have to go and you have to stop like basically Vigo, like the Carpathian kind of looking dude.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it's a funny story, but like you got to rescue your partner, and your partner gets kidnapped by basically this Vigo looking guy, and then there's like some weird stuff that happens with like a subplot where people are like this massacre happens at a school and they're blaming this professor, and it turns out the professor is like helping you along the way. I don't really want to spoil this game too much, even though it is like over 20 years old, because it is still really fun. It's got a very fun, kind of campy storyline, but on top of that too, it's just like it's controls and plays really well, even for back then. The only part about it that I did not well, I lost my train of thought because I read a comment. But the only thing I could say about it is it's like it has this weird mechanic. So you guys probably know, like left trigger kind of is the aim button, right trigger is always the
Yeah.
shoot one. Is
Mhm.
like the go-to thing. This one doesn't do that. You actually have to press like the triangle button to switch between gun up ready mode and then to just kind
Oh,
of
okay.
run.
Huh.
It is kind of weird, but I don't find it to be as clunky as like some older games are, especially for shooters. It actually still holds up pretty well. From what I can tell, I don't think they really changed the controls up that much.
Huh. I was looking at the box art. The box art looks really cool. But if I saw that game like my like preteen to teenage years, I'd be like, nah, fuck that game.
Yeah, like I said, it's got I like more of like the whole paranormal stuff and everything like that. I kind of like, the kind of spooky, scary skeletons, as they would say, just to
Yeah.
have fun with it. But I,
I,
I just thought this game was like really cool. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Blood Rain in some ways in terms of like the environments and like some of the boss fights you kind of go into. I think I'm about like halfway through this game. I kind
yeah.
of I kind of put it down just recently. On my Fuse thing, it says I've been playing it for almost a month. Uh,
Hmm.
but it's not that long. I would say it's not overtly hard either. It doesn't hold your hand, but it does a good job at guiding you around. And like I said, it's been impressing me. Uh, Definitely one of those games where if you have a PlayStation 2
Mhm.
and you are a physical collector, I would say that this is a good game to add. But if you want to play it, I don't think it's that expensive. I want to say it's like between 10 and $20 at most. So if you have a PlayStation and you're looking for something to play that's short and you kind of want to experience something from the good old days after 9/11, this would be definitely one of those games to check out. Uh, Jason, do you have any thoughts on it before I throw it back to Gino?
Oh no, sounds interesting.
All right. Gino, do you have any more thoughts that you'd like to add to it?
The box art, like looking at the box art, it sort of reminds me of I don't know if you've seen I know for sure it was GameCube and PS2, but the old Haunted Mansion game.
You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of like a Creed album cover. That's all I could think.
Oh.
I was looking at this box art, and that's why I was like, damn, this would have been like the hottest album cover for like Creed or something back in the day.
Yeah. You're not wrong.
Yeah, it just stinks of early 2000s, like, it's not grunge. What do we call that? Like the
I thought
Creed bands.
I thought
I
it was
mean,
grunge. I could be wrong.
no, definitely not grunge because Creed's actually a Christian rock band.
Oh, huh.
Yeah. I mean, if you didn't know that, now you listen to their songs.
Now
You
I
can
know.
definitely hear it now. But yeah, they have a little bit of Christian influence in them. It's not even like stadium rock, but it's in that family of that. I guess I want to call it that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But yeah, no, that's one of the games I gotta say. I got a phone call real quick from my mom, so I gotta take this. Jason, why don't you talk about the next game that you got?
Sure. Yeah. Next game. I might be the only one again that plays a lot of these, but I'm gonna kind of lump them all together just because usually if I play one, I go on like a rotation. But it's been just the fighting games. Pretty much the main one that I've put the most hours into this month was Street Fighter 6. But I usually lump in, if I have a session of Street Fighter 6, I'll then usually go to Tekken 8. And then if I'm playing Tekken 8, sometimes I'll go into playing, the new Marvel, or I should say the Marvel, Fighting Collection, or even the Capcom Fighting Collection 2. I'll kind of bounce into those every once in a while. The Marvel Collection, I don't play as much just because I was never great at the Marvel games. But like the Capcom Collection 2 is the older games that I would play the most of, if any of them. But Street Fighter 6 has definitely been the game that I've been trying just to mess with my rank up a little bit, just because, again, Evo is only 2 days away, which I'm super excited for. So it's always fun to watch that stuff and be like, oh, I play a character, and seeing the new things and be like, oh, I can try to do that. And people are practicing, so a lot of the good players are, trying to get good. So I'm one of those people that, yes, it's always fun to win in fighting games, but I also like to lose, because if I lose, that means I'm trying to get better after I beat the person. So I'm one of those people that, like, I love. I'm not the biggest fan of being in training mode. Yes, I know that's where you get better at. I love playing people and then just losing to the same thing over and over again, to be like, okay, I need to stop this. I know how to do this. Why am I not doing it? And then kind of doing that kind of stuff. But no, I absolutely been a fan of Street Fighter 6 since it's been out. It's getting better with the updates that do happen to it. The game looks great. And I can't wait to see, the more that's coming out for it.
Nice. What are the next, or I guess who's the next fighter coming out? Because I didn't buy got the first fighter pass because I bought the deluxe edition when it was on sale this year after it came out.
Yeah. Sagat comes out in a week or two.
Nice.
Oh.
6 days, so a week. Yeah, Sagat comes out in a week.
Nice. Yeah. Who do you main?
I've been a Zangief guy since Street Fighter 4. So when I go back to the older games, since I know how to play him in the newer games, I like to try to get better with him. And then usually Zangief is mid to low tier on a lot of games. Oh. So it's my excuse. So when I lose a lot, I'm like, well, I'm playing a mid to low tier character. Like, that's why I'm losing. But when I get better with him and all that stuff, I'm like, oh, cool. Like, I'm learning stuff with these characters. And then again, as weird as it comes to fighting games, a lot of people love combos and everything like that. I've never been the biggest combo fan in fighting games. I love playing the most boring, neutral person ever. Like, I love playing defense, and I love just being like, okay, you messed a button, I can, punish you for doing that kind of stuff. Yeah, so I've always been just a fan of, like, I just want to play neutral, but so when it comes to, like, fighting games, anytime I can not do as many combos and I could just slow the game down to make other people's life still fun but not fun in a way, it's always one of my favorite things to do.
Yeah, I have a coworker who's a big Geef main as well as you, so you and him would probably get along just fine.
Yeah, we're a strange breed.
Well, I just think it's funny that of the two people I know from Illinois who play fighting games, they both like Geef, which is just
for some odd reason, Zangief in the Midwest, there's a lot more of us. I mean, I just know from, like, tournaments I go to, a lot of us Midwest people, for some odd reason, play the wrestling character. Because even when you go to Tekken, I know a lot of Midwest people that play King. Granted, King's a little bit more overall, a lot of people like him, but, like, it's those characters in the Midwest for some odd reason that I notice a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty fun though. I'm not a as you know, Jason, I'm not the best fighting game guy. But I do appreciate the art form. It's kind of like Dark Souls for me, except if you could get me to actually play a fighting game, and you could wax me on that one pretty easily, but I do enjoy a lot of them. Especially Street Fighter. I do love the amiibos too, by the way. Did you collect any of those ones yet?
So I'm not a big fan of Luke or Jamie. So I wasn't, like, some of the newer characters, like, I think they're designed and they fit the game great. Yeah. I just didn't want the amiibo version of them, but I mean, I know he's not a Street Fighter character. I have my Terry back here. I have and then in the Street Fighter realm, I have my Ken and my Ryu back here. So I mean, the characters that I like, I do have them. It's just the newer ones. If they came out with a Manon character, she was one character that I wish I could learn. Right. And she's, like, when I play with not hitbox, but without the leverless joystick, right, she is the one character that I try to train my hand to become better without a joystick kind of thing. So if they came out with an amiibo of her, I would have gotten it, but I wasn't the biggest fan of the characters that they chose.
Yeah, I hope that they have, like, more, especially now, like Capcom and Nintendo have, like, a really good relationship, especially because I think of Monster Hunter, ironically enough.
Yeah.
So I would love to see more, like, Street Fighter characters, like Sagat. I would like to see him get an amiibo.
Especially with his new design too, or his new old redesign. Like, if anybody hasn't seen that, like, I guess it's a full spoiler. We can go on that, but like my for next month, I do have Sagat as like a thing I'm super excited for. He's always just been one of my kind of favorite characters.
Yeah.
Just design wise, just tall, lanky guy that could just hit you from cross screen. They brought him being tall and lanky again, and his trailer looks so awesome. And some of the gameplay stuff that they have for him, I'm
Yeah.
super excited to see what they do.
I want a bison amiibo. That'd be fucking cool.
That'd be really cool.
It's
I like.
gone.
I personally like the new design of Bison, where he's like the cloaked figure essentially.
Yep, the dead bison. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Street Fighter like has been always kind of like visually appealing. Like all their characters look cool and everything
Mhm.
else. Maybe not like the first couple games weren't technically sound, because of how everyone always tells me that the first couple Street Fighter games were not exactly the best, but they definitely seem to have kept up and kind of are like the gold standard, I would say, for a lot of fighting games out there.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I mean, people say like if you know how to play Street Fighter, you can eventually learn how to play any fighting game because it is literally the foundation of what you can do later on.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Gino, you have any more closing thoughts about Street Fighter 6?
So I love Street Fighter, but I get really bad about like continuing to play it. Like right now, I had to uninstall to install because I wanted to give Diablo 4 a try.
Yeah.
But like meaning once because I found out from playing Blaze Blue with my friends that I'm more of a Rushdown player because I play Ragnar.
Yeah, you guys are you're my bane of existence. Like, just please get off of me. Like that's like literally when I play online, I'm like, just get off me, get off me, get off me. Let me just do a couple things. Leave me alone for just fraction of a second. So yeah. No, I Rushdown people are the people I like to play against because again, I don't care if I lose. I want to learn something from it. So when I play those kind of people, like I what was it? I think it was 2 days ago or 3 days ago. I was playing someone that like was playing Ryu as a Rushdown version of Ryu, and I mean I lost 6 in a row, and I just kept hitting rematch because I'm one of the people that just like you'll have to quit for me to play, and then I end up winning the next 8 straight, and the person wouldn't end up leaving me because it's like I'm learning what you are doing, and like I said, if I can slow you down, like I'm fine, but man, the first 3-4, it's like I couldn't even take a round off of the guy.
Yeah, that was the first time I played DJ after I got Street Fighter 6 because I hadn't played a Street Fighter before, and I was just getting used to Ken, and he was playing Honda, and I'm just like I couldn't get a win, and I'm just like it's like 12 o'clock at night. I'm like, no, I need one. I need to get one.
That's what it becomes down to. It's like I just gotta get one. Like give me a round first, and then we'll keep going, and then I'm just gonna I'm hitting rematch until you leave me or we're gonna keep playing.
Wow. I could not relate to that, but yeah, it sounds fun.
Yeah, it's for me. It's like the old arcade days. Like I mean, I bring it up on every podcast, but like you just like you feel like you lose a quarter to somebody, and you're like, this guy took a quarter from me. I got to play this guy again, and you keep losing this money, and then you're like, I'm eventually getting my money back, or I'm getting my lick back, and then now it's just it's easy because you're just in lobbies and stuff like that. But it's like I'm eventually going to take my money back plus more from you because of what you just did to me.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Jason, do you have any more closing thoughts? Because I have none I could contribute.
No. I said if you're a fan of fighting game, then you haven't tried Street Fighter 6 out, do it. If you're thinking about getting into a fighting game, I would say Street Fighter 6 is the best one to get into because of all the extra ways you could play it. They have modern controls now, which you can do the same stuff that somebody that plays classic can do, and easier, so you can learn how to do a bunch of stuff and you don't get penalized as much. The only time you ever get is someone like me that's like, oh great, I'm facing someone that can dragon punch me with one button, but again, I know that going into it, so I have to just change my game plan around. But like I know people that play certain characters as modern characters and do really, really well with it. So if a fighting game seems interesting, get it. Especially now that the Switch 2 version has Street Fighter 6 and it runs really, really well. So it's any time to get into a game right now is the best time. Especially again, like I said, Evo's this weekend. So if you are just at all interested, watch it because there's going to be some interesting news announcements, and just it's fun to play.
Okay. All right. Well, any closing thoughts, Gino, before we move on?
Nope, all good.
All right, cool. Gino, what is another game you would like to highlight, sir?
So I have another friend jank game that my friend got me, and it's called Kletka. It
Okay.
is. I'm just gonna go over the synopsis because the gameplay is similar to like other like Lethal Company and Repo, but the whole point is you're riding this elevator, and you have to feed the elevator random enemy parts and upgrade it so you can get further and further down into the elevator. This one's more of like a spook, definitely way more of a spooky sense, or like more of like it. It makes me think of like I'm trying to think of what the FPS that I watch H-Rot. Like graphically, it reminds me of H-Rot.
No idea what that is either.
That was when I saw Civi 11 do a review of. That is why I know what that is.
Mm.
Or it looks sort of like the grunginess of Dusk, like not the the that's exact like art style, but similar like grunginess. On I'm gonna share the link again to the chat. It's weird because at first I'm like I don't know what really to do, and I'm like holding this like jibbed piece of rat, and I look up at the ceiling of the elevator, and it has a mouth, and I'm like, oh, that's what we do with the giblets. Okay. And there's like enemies on each floor, and you have to go collect like upgrade parts for the elevator. You got to get gas from the floors. You got to get up like backpacks and a whole bunch of different items that you can pick up along the way to try and like make it further and further down into the depths of wherever you are without getting eaten by the elevator.
So is this like a roguelike?
Uh, Sort of. You're definitely avoiding some enemies, but for the most part, it's like you can get weapons like a rake or like a shovel. The furthest we've gotten to is there's a boss that we've reached, and it is a giant concrete worm. We haven't beaten it though.
Okay, I'm gonna link this in the chat for people to look at here. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It kind of does have that like old school looking graphics kind of vibe to it as well. Like it kind of reminds me a little bit of like early Quake, a little bit.
Yes, I was just gonna say it's they were holding the weapon. I'm like, it looks like he's holding the weapon like in Quake.
Ah, so yeah, it does look interesting. How many players is this?
Up to 6.
Up to 6.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. That's a high number. So like, what are the weapon varieties here? It looks like there's like a leg that you can use. It looks like a grease gun.
The only thing that I've found is the rake, the shovel, and right at the beginning of the map, like when you're waiting to get on the elevator, you can find a dead body that you can punch it until you can pick up its leg, and then you can beat things with it. Some of the things you can like run into on the floors, there's like mines. I'm trying to think what enemies we ran into because there were a couple that were just really like creepy, and I can't think of them off the top of my head because I was really tired at that point when we were playing during this stream. But yeah, it's almost like a better graphically designed Lethal Company because it's more set up like that where you're exploring this like set area. And it changes as you go to different maps or changes as you go to different areas.
Yeah, well, it looks pretty cool.
The developers are playing it right now, so I'm watching as you guys are talking about it.
Oh, that's what the live broadcast is. Oh, okay, that makes more sense why it just randomly showed up on the game page.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean this, like I said, it does look pretty horrific, as they would say. It looks like you fight like a giant worm as like one of the weird bosses there. It looks like there's a room full of eyeballs. Like it definitely does look like kind of like if people wanted that what was that new Remedy game? Firebase.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember the name of it. It looks like this is kind of like that fill in for like if you wanted that game to be good, and it looks like if that that game looks like it bombed. But if you wanted to play that game, but like kind of like more so your speed, what you were kind of looking for, this looks like it could be it. It's almost like a D-make a little bit, but it looks pretty cool. 6 players too, you said? That's a lot of players.
Yep. Yeah, it is.
So is it like so what happens when like the characters die and everything? How does that mechanic work?
So most of the time they just die, like their corpse ends up being there, and technically your teammates can go either I think they can break it apart and feed the gibs to the elevator, but also they can go to vending machines and use the bottles, which are the currency throughout the map, to revive you at vending machines on each floor.
Okay.
And depending on what floor you're on, that's how that'll determine how much it costs to revive a teammate or 2 teammates.
All right. Well, that's pretty cool. I'll have to put this on the wish list too. This looks pretty fun. Link is to the Steam page over there. Also, another early access game there. Yeah, just getting a little trend here, Gino.
Not intentionally, just we were looking for fun, spooky games that the 3 of us can play together, and my buddy's like, we should play this.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. You know, a game I've wanted to play. This is off topic, but it is a spooky game. Mortuary's Assistance. Have you guys ever played that game?
Oh, I've heard that's really good. I haven't played it, but I've seen people play it. I think my buddy actually streamed a little bit of it.
How about you, Jason?
No, I have not.
I bought it and I just haven't sat down and play it. So it's one of those one of those struggles as the gamers, as we all know. It's just buying a game, saying I'm going to play it, and then just not being in the mood to play it.
Yep, I have 2 games that I like literally come to my mind is like was it Crow County and
Crow Country, yeah.
Yeah, and then Signalis. Those are like 2 games that come to my head that I've had forever that I just need to play, and I just something else comes up, or I'm playing games that I shouldn't. I've been playing for just too long, kind of thing.
Yeah, I feel you on Signalis too, because I bought that game like 3 times now, and I just haven't played it. I'm like, oh, this is cool. I bought it like physically for the PlayStation, and I'm like, oh, this is great to have in the collection, because like I guess the prices for it have been like sky high recently, even though it keeps getting reprinted.
Yeah.
And then I bought it, I think, as part of a bundle for PC. And then I bought it on Xbox for like $10. And I'm like, it was cool. And I have it downloaded, and I just look at it every time. We're like, not today, Satan.
Yep. It just sits there. It just, yep.
And it's like, one day. It's just not this day. It's like Aragorn giving me a speech every time. One day, but it's not this
today.
Day. Yeah, so that looks pretty cool. Jason, do you have any closing thoughts about this game before we move on?
No. I said it looks like another one of those. I like how the D-make style of it, or I get like the Quake style is what I'm gonna call it, because like when I was watching them run the minecart and everything like that, I'm like, it looks exactly like that.
All right, cool. I have nothing else to say, so Gino, if you don't mind, I'll think it's my turn.
You
now.
can move on.
All right. So this game that I played was kind of like the follow-up for a cult hit, I guess you could say, the RoboCop Unfinished Business game DLC. How I classify this is like the Miles Morales version of the Spider-Man games a little bit. Not a full game, not a full price game, but still enough to justify a follow-up to it. I paid $30 for it physically. And if people were wondering, I did buy it on the Xbox, and it had everything on the disc except for like a 2 gigabyte update. So if you're wondering about that, and I must say, I didn't love this game as much as Rogue City proper. I felt like this game was kind of rushed out, ironically enough speaking here, just to kind of capitalize on some of that like good faith behind it, because Rogue City was fun. It was a pretty good love letter to the RoboCop. I think a lot of people say this is the definitive RoboCop number 3 for a lot of people, which I do agree with. But Unfinished Business, I just felt like it just didn't have that feeling of like the good time. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
so like I did enjoy that they tried to add more to Alex Murphy's background story more than like just like, oh, he's a cop that gets, murdered. Like they kind of added a little bit to like his police work and everything else like that.
Hmm.
Um but overall it just felt like more janky than the last one. So
Oh, okay.
so like the best way to say it was like I had this weird facial glitch while I was playing it that made everyone look like they were missing like one of their front teeth.
Oof.
And it was like the weirdest thing ever. Like I'm looking at this kid and I'm like, oh, look at this adorable kid. He's missing a front tooth. Tooth fairy. And then you go over to this other woman and it's like she's also missing this like front tooth. She kind of looks like a crackhead. And like you go to the scientist and I'm like, oh, okay, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Uh, basically, there was a glitch that had like their top lip and their bottom lip connect in like a weird line. So it just like erased one of the teeth, and I thought that was funny. Um, Overall, the combat does not really like change anything. Like that's the best way to say it. There was like so much time to basically how can I say? Let me rephrase this. There was too much time, I think, between this game and the original game too. I've said that to a bunch of people
Yeah.
that I feel like if you're going to play this one, play Rogue City first, and then immediately play this one because I feel like that also hampered my enjoyment of this game a lot too. Because like enough time had
Hmm.
passed, and I kind of felt like, oh well, they should have enough time to kind of improve some stuff there. Um, and then when I was playing this one, I just didn't feel it. Like it looked gorgeous, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, it still looked really good overall. But they did the sin, as I like to call it. So my biggest problem with like Insomniac's Spider-Man was that I spent more time not playing as Spider-Man than I wanted to, and they basically did the same thing with RoboCop where it's like I'm not playing as RoboCop per se. It's like I'm playing
Oh.
as these
Hmm.
other characters. So, I didn't like that part. Like I said, I did enjoy the lore stuff that they added to the game, but you could tell like they kind of padded this game to kind of make it more justified to sell for $30. I think, in my opinion. I would tell people if you're
Mhm.
going to buy this, wait for it to go on sale for like $20. But if you want it physically, $30 is fine physically. I would say that's a fine price for that. But like I said, a lot of issues. The ending was very anticlimactic. We're talking like Fable 2 levels of anticlimactic. So,
Oof.
so I did not enjoy that part at all either. And I know I'm like I think in my brief review I gave of it, I gave it like a C- grade because I didn't think that this game, if this game was made by like AAA standards, it would have been bad. But
Mhm.
because like this studio isn't exactly known for like AAA levels of work, you got to grade it on a little bit of a scale. I feel like a C- grade was like being charitable, but I could
Yeah.
definitely see a lot of people not exactly being like satisfied with this. I know my buddy Mr. Jono, he has also kind of agrees with me on some stuff about that as well. Um, but overall, it was fine. You know, like they still had that RoboCop feel to it, but it
Mhm.
just felt like they tried to add more story, and the story that they added did not focus on Alex Murphy.
Huh.
So I did not appreciate that too much. But I overall I was like, if you probably played this back to back, like it would probably be better because it kind of feels a little bit better. But it just feels like I said, it just feels rushed. It's kind of like quick, put this out to market. Let's get as much money as we
Oh,
can, and
hate those.
and kind of like be like a filler, you know. But like I said, I kind of compare this more to like Miles Morales in the Spider-Man series. But I felt Miles Morales was a much better, superior game. Uh,
Yeah.
but also I will on a caveat. It was Insomniac, and that is a first party studio, so that's the caveat. I don't want to fully compare it to Miles Morales on that level, but if I had to explain how this game is, it's kind of like that stopgap kind of game to tide you over while we're still working on Rogue City 2 or something like that.
Yeah.
1.5.
Yeah, basically it's a nice filler story, you know.
Yeah.
Gino, since you've been talking a lot about it, have you played RoboCop Rogue City before?
I have not actually. It personally, it wasn't really a game that jumped out at me personally. I'm more into like RPGs, and it looked really good from what I saw, just not up my alley.
Yeah, I got you. Are you a RoboCop fan though?
I haven't seen the movies, which is probably going to be blasphemy here, but
No, you're fine.
it looks like a really interesting series as a whole. And I remember I haven't seen RoboCop, but I've seen the Alvin and the Chipmunks version of RoboCop.
What?
There's an Alvin and the Chipmunks version of RoboCop.
I didn't know about this. That's weird.
Yeah, it was weird. I forget it. It tied into like one of the old VHSs I had of the Alvin and the Chipmunks because my grandma was really big into that. Hold on,
Oh, sorry. You were going to say something?
I'm gonna look. I'll link it down below. Not the whole video, but like if I can find it.
Okay. Jason, how about you? Did you play Rogue City?
So I watched people play it. I was interested in it at one point, but then again, a lot of the things that I saw, I was like, I'm not the biggest first-person shooter fan, and I was like, oh, it just like I almost felt like I'd rather watch the movie again, kind of thing. I'm happy that it did well and it found an audience because I think we need more games that are like that. But for $30 or $34 for a game is great, but like. Again, I don't play a lot of games as it is right away. I'm like, if it ever goes on super cheap and I ever see it or something like that, I might give it a try later on. But I'm just happy for what it was. It did well.
Yeah, I will say this. Like I said before, if you haven't played Rogue City yet and you're interested in playing that game and you hear about this one, play these both back to back. RoboCop usually goes on super deep sale a lot. I think right now you could probably get it for $7 on PlayStation Network. And I know it's on Xbox Game Pass as well, so you can check it out that way too if you have it. I think for PC and Xbox. So if you're interested in it, go check those out. But highly recommend that you play these games back to back. And you might enjoy the DLC, spin-off, side story, whatever, a little bit more than I did because the old saying is absence makes the heart grow fonder. That did not hold up for this one for me.
Oof.
So I would say I wasn't going in like looking to be disappointed. But I walked away going like that could have been better. It's more that's more like the whole meh.
Yeah.
It's not. It wasn't trash, but it wasn't exactly lighting my world on fire. So since
it pretty much showed, like I said, it just pretty much showed like when you played the first, the first one kind of thing. You're like, oh wow, this actually did really really well. You had that kind of expectation as like if that one did well and they're coming out with something else, it's hopefully meets or succeeds your expectation, and it didn't get quite there.
Yeah, I mean, but at least on the side note, it was not a full price game and it was a spinoff, so
right.
it helps lessen the blow. And plus, it's not AAA, and I was not overtly going over the moon for it. I was like, oh, this is cool, and then I was like, it's kind of like, yeah, well, I'll wait to see when a proper game comes out from you guys.
Yeah, no, like I said, it just sounds like you put over the original, the first one more than what they just came out with.
Yeah, exactly. We're gonna go to you again, Jason. I gotta go take care of something real quick. But what game are you interested in? So I know at least what you're gonna talk about.
So my next one, I'm a huge, obviously, fan of Resident Evil, and I always keep track of the BioRand like mods that come out. So my next one is going to be a very interesting one. I don't know if anybody's part of the RE2 community, but I will post it in the chat. But the person made a Michael Jackson mod for Resident Evil 2.
What the hey?
And it is as great as it sounds. So there's videos of them putting it out there. There's playthroughs because it's been going around the community. But it is a fantastic way of playing Resident Evil 2 and your Michael Jackson running through Raccoon City and trying to, to get out of there. Voice lines, everything. It's crazy as all crazy can be. So yeah, like you play as like Moonwalker Michael Jackson. So I was like, as I was playing, I'm like, it'd be sweet if the Tommy gun was in here. Yep, that's in there. You name crazy dance moves, he's doing them. But again, it's just Resident Evil 2. Obviously, things are changed around a little bit because when you do that, you do get randomizers and everything. So there are ways you could turn that off. So if you just want to play traditionally, but randomizer is always fun, especially on games that you've played so many times. And then obviously you're playing another scenario, so might as well have the items be in different locations. But yeah, it's just a bunch of just insanity in Raccoon City, pretty much.
It looks. I'm watching the little video you shared right now. That looks really, really good. Actually, whoever did this did a really good job.
So it's if you just type in Biorand on anything, if you just type in Biorand, you see there's a bunch of mods. The people that work on these games are just they do insane work.
Yeah, I just got to the part where Michael Jackson's talking and he's just spinning around.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, like if you go into like I think the most I laughed was if you go to the 4-minute mark and he talks to Marvin. I think that is the part where I think I laughed the loudest because again I usually run through the games because I another game that I could speed run, not as good as some of the speedrunners, but I could speed run in a way, is this game. So when you get to the 4-minute mark, like I had a feeling it was going to be in the game. I just didn't expect it there, and I laughed out loud.
Right. Yeah, so I haven't played any of the Resident Evil games actually. They look really good. Oh god damn it. But yeah, they're there it is. Take the key card.
Oh yeah.
God damn it. No, but
it's great.
I really want to play Resident Evil 7. I think because that one they had free on the PlayStation, whatever it was, the people that got PS5 right away, they had it on there, and I've thought about it, but at the same point, I'm like, no, because I know what I'm gonna do. I think it'd be a fun stream game. I might try it on there, or I know I've been trying to do Security Breach too, but I need to get past the daycare attendant, and I'm like, damn it.
Yep. Yeah, and 7's a good, like I always say the game, like Resident Evil is a game of threes in a way. So if you starting at 7 is actually pretty good because it's almost its own chapter in a way. So when you play that one, you're like, oh cool, I got to this. Like knowing backstory stuff is good, but like starting there, it's almost like brand new like versions of the game in a way. So like yes, knowing what happens in the first 6 is great. Oh, I like 7, and then 7 leads straight into 8. So if you said I'm going to start at 8, I would say like no, go to 7 kind of thing. But no, it's a really good way. And then if you continue liking it, then you get into like the third person to fix camera angles debate. Yeah, I'm always going to tell newer people that play Resident Evil go with the third person just because it's something that you're used to. I'm a huge fan of the fixed camera, so like if it's RE2 original to RE2 remake, RE2 remake's fantastic. It's great. I love it. I will always find myself going back to the original just because I like the fixed camera angles. Yeah. Not saying Remake's bad. I just like that. But again, Remake is a better game. It's just a little bit more fun to play that way.
Yeah, I really like the over the shoulder camera angle.
Yeah.
I've noticed it more, especially because I didn't really play a lot of games with it before, but like playing Helldivers, and I'm like, oh, this third person like over the shoulder looks way better than just like straight on. It just gives you a better perspective of the whole game or the game as a whole, which is nice.
Yep. You actually have a sense of aiming. You have a sense of what you want to do instead of just like I said, Resident Evil is a puzzle game more than it is an action kind of style game. So when you give it the third person, you're like, oh, you give it a little bit more layer of depth instead of just like, oh, I need to get to these rooms just to do these puzzles so I can continue on. There's like a sense of like, oh, I actually need to fight these things instead of just these things are in my way just because if it was just all about puzzles, I could beat the game in, an hour and 10 minutes. And again, that's what speedrunners do. We try not to fight. We just literally try to get to point A to point B just to do these same puzzles we've been doing since the game's come out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Finish your point.
I don't know if you guys have watched Terminal Montage, but he did one for Resident Evil 4, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's really good. Like he does the short videos explaining the whole plot of each game. Mm-hmm. And that one, it was really fun because if you because he will throw in like little Easter eggs for the closed captions, not just like whatever they're actually saying. And the one part where he first gets to the town, it just goes all over the place. It's like Snake 1, Snake 2, just all this like really silly things. And it made me laugh way too hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, also all those games are on sale right now too. I know for PlayStation, and I think some for Xbox. I just recently bought all of them on the PlayStation Store because I think they're like on a super deep sale. So you could get 0 to the current day ones all on sale, relatively cheap. Because I want to go and replay them and kind of get them all through because they are all relatively short games too. So
yes,
you could kind of blow through 2, 3 in a day if you really know what you're doing. Maybe even 4.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, you can play the original Resident Evil Director's Cut, and you can play the remake of Resident Evil as well on your PlayStation 5s right now and your PlayStation 4s. All those games are on sale. I think I like I said, I bought 0, remake, Director's Cut. I already own 2 and 3, but those are on sale as well. The remakes. They don't have the originals yet on PlayStation. I know they're coming soon though. And
did you do the tofu run of Resident Evil 2? That is the real question.
No, no, I did not.
Dang.
Like I said, I'm planning to kind of replay through all of them.
Yeah, the tofu version, tofu's story is pretty difficult.
I got one of those rubber ducks of the tofu, so I'm happy about that at least. That's
nice.
My tofu run. I don't know why. It's just those video game rubber ducks. I like those a lot more for some reason than the Funko Pops now.
I think it's because of they're. I don't want to say they're different because duh. I mean they're rubber ducks, but I think it's just like the form factor and like they don't take up as much space, right. And they kind of pay homage a little bit better.
Yeah, because I only got 4. I just recently got the Garrus one for Mass Effect, but I think it's because they go on sale a lot too, and I just kind of wait for them to go on sale before I buy them. So like I got the Kiryu Kazuma duck, I got the Ada Wong duck, which I know you'd be a fan of there, Jason.
That sounds pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got the tofu duck, and it's pretty cool. It's got a little knife. He's got the little police hat on. I love it.
Yep.
I love it a lot. But yeah, I like I said, I like them.
I feel like pop figures went the way of Beanie Babies, where everyone's like, "This is going to be really popular and really expensive," and then they just became nothing.
That's a
I good,
say so, good analogy.
The only thing I liked about Funko Pops was like the Overwatch ones, because like when I was big in Overwatch, I loved collecting the Funko Pops for the Overwatch because that was the only way you could get the skins, like the cool skins of like your favorite characters, you know. And
Yeah,
then
no, I feel the same way. Like Funko to me, like if there's like a franchise, hopefully it's not a big one that they make a million of them, but like if it's
Yeah.
like a franchise that you like, then I say go for it. But the people that just like, oh, I want all of them, like the Beanie Baby analogy, just because they're going to be worse stuff, I'm like, no, no, no. Just like if you're a fan of this game, just get those ones and be done with it. If you're a fan of Marvel, don't be a fan of all of Marvel. Just be a fan of like what superhero or whatever one, and just get those because they're going to you're going to be stuck with so many of them.
yeah, they were a fun, cheap way to collect something too for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Now it's just like I'm not saying like I'm rolling into bucks, but it's like I kind of want to have like more cool looking stuff, you know?
Yeah.
That's like what it is. Like I like collecting the Persona figures and stuff like that. It's more stuff like that.
Mhm.
But yeah, I linked out the video for that Michael Jackson one. I saw that on Twitter, especially when he's like moonwalking away with the shotgun and stuff. Like
Yeah.
I thought that was funny. But yeah,
The
that's pretty cool.
I don't know if they show it in the 8 minute because like the person that the video that's the person who usually makes them the mods. When you're poisoned or when you're low health, he does the Michael Jackson little hop as he walks, and I wasn't expecting that one either, and that got me really really well too. When I saw, I was like, oh, he does the hop as well. That's amazing.
Yeah, and that Michael Jackson game was on the Sega Saturn, correct? Or the Sega Genesis?
Yeah, Sega
Oh,
Genesis.
Genesis
Moonwalker.
and the arcade.
Yeah.
The arcade one is the better one.
Yeah.
I want to buy that game now just to own it. You know?
hmm
Because I've seen so many like memes spawn from that game, and I heard it's not that terrible even on the Genesis.
No, yeah, the Genesis one is again more of like it's like you're collecting kind of thing to move on stages where like if you get a chance and you could play the arcade one or watch that one, that was like a full blown 3-person action game, which was hilarious.
Yeah, and what was the full name of that? Michael Jackson's Moonwalker, was it?
Yeah, Michael Jackson's Moonwalker.
And if you haven't ever seen the movie, definitely watch Moonwalker the movie.
I'm curious right now how much a complete in box copy of this game costs, and it costs about $130.
Oof.
That sounds about right.
Oof.
Yeah, looks nice though.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like, I'm not a big Sega Genesis fan, but a Sega Genesis box, and especially with that cover art, it looks really clean.
Yeah, I'm gonna put this over here in the add to watch list. And
Like, if I could change like anything back from like video game past, I would. I mean, granted, I love the cardboard, but I would love for Super Nintendo and Nintendo to have the Sega Genesis box, and then the Sega Genesis box to have the old cardboard because, again, I love the cases for like all Sega stuff.
yeah, this screams very. Even though this was a '90s console, this looks more '80s.
Oh yeah.
It's funny. It's very funny. So with that being said, I got nothing else more to add to this. Would you like to add anything else, Gino?
Not to the Moonwalker discussion. I do, or not to the. Sorry, we're on talking about BioRand, not Moonwalker.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just looks really cool. I like anything people do with mods. I think it's really unique and really neat. It makes the game really interesting.
Yeah.
And again, I don't know if I'm supposed to. I guess it doesn't matter. If you go on the mod site, they have everything. So even if you just type in BioRand, you can get everything set up perfectly fine to play it on your PC. So like even if you don't own the old school Resident Evil games, download BioRand because they'll give you the old school Resident Evil games so you can play all their mods.
All right, cool. Gino, would you like to talk about another game that you played this month?
So I actually played Peak, the one we were talking about earlier. I played with
Nice.
the company boys, where I got a little bit too drunk and climbed a mountain. And then I played with my 3 friends from back home, and I got chased by the Scoutmaster because I got too far from my accountability buddies. It's really interesting. It's about a group of scouts, whoever your 4 players are, and you're on a trip, and then you end up getting your plane crashes, and you have to find your way to the top of this mountain or not, and try and get yourself rescued by lighting off flares at the top of the mountain.
Yeah, I've seen a bunch of people play it. It looks like, again, I don't own it, but again, if a bunch of people were like, "Hey, every certain day we're getting together," I would be like, "All right, I'm on board," because like I said, it does look a lot of fun.
Yeah, I actually made a short out of our gameplay yesterday because we decided the airline mascot is a frog, and you can pick up a little stuffed frog. His name is Bing Bong.
Bing bong.
And you can carry it with you on your trip. And my buddy's like, "Hey, why is this in my backpack?" He chucked it off the cliff, and I made a little clip of that. Here, I'll send it to the chat. It made me chuckle way more than I probably should have at it because it was something that stupid.
There you go. Yeah, I've
But,
been
yeah,
hearing
that's
a
what
lot
those
of
games-
people playing and loving this game too. It just kind of came out of nowhere.
Mhm.
I think, and that's what you were saying, like it's stupid and it made you laugh, but like that's what those games do. It's like it's like, oh yeah, you had to be there to enjoy the joke or watch it because you're together as a team and doing stuff, and
Mhm.
craziness
And
can arise however it happens.
And it's super like it. The climbing is similar to like Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom, where you have your stamina meter, and you can only climb so far before you fall or you like get on the next patch, and you have like your hunger can affect your climbing ability. Poisonous plants that affects your like how much stamina you have, how much injury you have that affects your everything affects your stamina.
Yeah, it like I said, I know that the Gronkin boys have also been playing that a lot too. I just saw an update that they're going to add to that game where they're going to add
They added
cannibalism.
another mountain. They added a second peak that you can climb.
Oh, there you go. So yeah, like a lot of that stuff looks really cool. I haven't played any of this game. As like I said, it's about having friends to also play this. Jason, have you played this at all yet, or you've just watched other people play
No.
it too?
I've watched other people play it. That's about it.
Does it interest you?
If there was enough people to play it, absolutely.
All right, right on. Yeah, so what else about this game, Gino, is like that's really fun because it seems to be like the trend here that you've done is early access, kind of like multiplayer fun games. How many people can you play with at a time here?
This one can be up to 4 players. I think the funny part about like the most fun part about this game is you're trying to get up to the top, but because you can either be, I mean, it's with any multiplayer game, either you can like be a good player and like stick with the group, or you can be like, oh yeah, you guys will be fine, and you just go up the mountain and leave them behind. Just it has all sorts of like possibilities. It does have a solo mode, but I don't think that's as fun. I did it a little bit yesterday while I was waiting for my buddies, and I'm like, it's not as fun because you can't troll people.
Yeah, it definitely seems like the big joy of this game is not the game personally itself; it's playing the game with your friends.
Mm-hmm.
So a
Making
lot
your
of,
own stories, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's some people look at that as like a negative sometimes for like bad game design. It's like, well, it's only fun when you play with friends. I'm like, yeah, that's the point of the game though. You play with your friends, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Your plot is to get up to the top, but what's the story? Well, the story is how do you do that with your friends?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there are other games like that too. Sea of Thieves is one of them. Like you can play that game by yourself, but I it's so not fun to play by yourself. I tried it a few times. I'm like, no, how can I
It's
say
just
it?
not the same.
Yeah, it's like those survivor games and stuff like that. It's like I'm fine being the wingman, the assist guy, you know. Uh,
Mhm.
I need somebody to be the gold scorer, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, the best way to describe like a lot of these games, and I just thought of it now, is like, especially with stories, like, yeah, your friends can come up with the story and everything like that, but like it's just like D&D. I mean,
Yeah.
your friend, your DM will have like a story. Well, your DM's the game, and then you guys are the players. What's your role? Is your role going to be the chaotic evil player and screwing with your friends to not get to the top, or are you going to be the lawful guy staying with everybody? You know, are you going to be help boosting your friend up there, helping him find items and everything? So
Yeah.
it's almost just playing it like that.
Yeah, that's a good analogy. I do, like I said, it's all about like trying to find time to play these games with people. They're not expensive games at all. It's just
No.
finding the time to play with these people, especially now that I'm in the middle of like a video game challenge too. It's like multiplayer games are also taking like a little bit of a back seat to just beating more
Yeah.
games.
Yep, I understand.
All right, cool. Jason, do you have any more closing thoughts about Peak?
No, like I said, out of all of them that have been shown, like in the last few ones like that, I saw that one. I'm like, this one actually, that one caught my radar more than all of like any of them.
All right, cool. Gino, how about you? Any closing thoughts?
Nope. If you are on the fence about it and you have a group of friends you want to play with, I 100% recommend this game. Like even me and my buddies played. It was like the first time they played. Well, not the first time, but the first time we played together, and we were sitting there. Like I was sitting at work this morning. I'm just like, you know what? I want to get to the top of the peak because we got to the like right before the last area, and we just all died. And we're like, no.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Well, with that being said, I will, if you don't mind, I will talk about one of my other games that I've been playing. I will say that I've been replaying all the Pokemon series games. So I kind of want to share my thoughts more about that. And the other ones that I recently beat was Pokemon X and Y. I played Pokemon X version for this one. I gotta say, Mega Evolutions were a lot more fun when they were new. Replaying this game, it's been over 10 years now since X and Y came out. Unfortunately, I would say that this is the worst one in the series that I've played.
Yeah.
I wasn't like a huge fan of this this particular game. I did like the over dramatic entrances to the Elite Four. I did think the gym leaders were really cool and how they did all that stuff. Like there's a lot of charm to it per se, but overall, it just felt like this was like the first leap over to 3D from like the mainline series, not like a spinoff or something. And while I still think it looks good and I still think it performs and runs really well, I just didn't get into it as much as the prior ones, especially because Black and White 2. I just got off of playing Black and White 2 and I felt like that one was like great. They did a lot of fun stuff. It had a great post game and everything else like that. And X and Y to me felt like this was more for the VGC players because they did a lot of fun stuff to like entice the VGC players. That's kind of like the way I could say that, you know. Overall, I just didn't really like. How can I say this? It was way too easy. I think that was my biggest issue with the game. And when I mean like way too easy, is like they just give you Pokemon. Like they literally give you way too many Pokemon. You're like, oh, you get your starter Pokemon. Oh, guess what? We're going to give you another starter Pokemon. It's your Kanto starter Pokemon. Oh, we're going to give you a Lapras for free for no reason at all. Oh, Lucario? Lucario is awesome. Here, have a Lucario. Oh, you want a fossil Pokemon? Well, here's a fossil for you very early in the game. Like you can basically build your team off of 5 Pokemon and then just have like wild card if you really want, you know?
Yeah.
So that was something I did not remember as much as like when I went back and replayed it. I was like, wow, they really just give you way too many Pokemon. That's like the thing.
Yeah.
So I think for me, like you could literally have a team where it's like a grass and a fire starter, a Lapras, a Lucario, and a Dragon Rock type, which is that Tyrantrum, the little T-Rex one, which he's a pretty
I
cool
liked
one
that
in this game.
one.
Yeah,
I
that
liked
guy.
his design,
Yeah,
but
I mean, it's a fucking T-Rex. Who what
yeah,
person would look at it and go like, "Oh, I hate T-Rex." It's like, well, maybe if it like was real, maybe, but it's still cool,
yeah,
you know. But like I said right there, you have 5 Pokemon you can work with really good type coverage, because like I just listed, you got ice, water, grass, fire, and depending on which fire you pick, you got fire
mhm,
flying or fire psychic. You got, or whatever grass you got. You got grass poison and grass fighting. Or dark. If you choose like a water starter, you got dark water.
mhm.
And but that's if you don't choose Lapras. And like I said, you got steel fighting, and on top of that too, like I said, rock and dragon type Pokemon. Um, you basically can just have the game give you everything that you want. And
Yeah,
I felt like I understand why they kind of wanted to do that, but as a person who's been playing all these Pokemon games now, back to back to back, like I said, I started with Pokemon Yellow, and I'm already up to Sun and Moon.
mhm,
So, like I've been kind of seeing like the evolution of the series, that's almost 30 years old, play out in like less than a year.
mhm.
And while X and Y did a lot of cool things and made the game a little bit more intuitive, it also made it way too easy. Like I said, it felt like they wanted you to get to the end game so you could get into their VGC times as well. And I was sponsored to play Pokemon card game, but this was like around the time when they really started to push the VGC a lot more.
Hmm.
Like they started to have better prize support and prize payouts around this time as well.
Hmm.
So I think that also kind of played into it as well, because they added a lot of stuff to make your EV training and IV training a lot better and faster.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like my theory, because this has been like a thing that's been kind of going on now, like with Pokemon Champions. I don't know if you guys know about that, but it's basically just the VGC side split off from the Pokemon like actual main game now that it looks like they're doing.
Huh. I
So
I know I've seen Champions. I wasn't a big fan, so
yeah,
but I
so
know people that were.
well, it's not out yet.
Oh, never mind. What am I thinking of? Or
You
my
probably,
Master Trainer. That's might be what I'm thinking of.
yeah, that's what I think you're thinking of. But yeah, it's it's basically the VGC now, that like just separate. Like you can get Pokemon that way, train them up, and have like a
Hmm.
battle, like in single, double rules. That's what's coming out, I guess, next year. But it looks like Pokemon might be starting to do something different, where
Huh.
I don't know about this. I got a feeling though that they're going to split the VGC off from the mainline games, and and
Oh.
and
Huh.
that's what Champions is going to be, and then they're going to have like kind of like Arceus, where it's just going to be pure like single player kind of feel, you know?
I I didn't like Arceus. Not gonna lie.
Well, I love that. I actually did love it a
I
lot.
I thought the mechanics were neat. It's just not one that I'd want to go back and like replay. Like once I beat it, I was just like, okay, I'm done. Thank you. I don't want to go back and do any more.
I can understand that, but I just enjoyed what the game was. I just liked exploring. I like that region a lot. Especially because it's
Okay.
kind of based off of Hokkaido, so that's like
Yeah,
one of the
that's fair.
places in Japan I want to visit. But I just enjoyed the overall like kind of what's the best way, like the survival man kind of feel to it. It's
Oh, okay.
where it's like I'm not going out around there fighting gyms. It's like no, I'm just going around there throwing pokeballs at stuff. They shoot a little fire. It just like it got the monkey brain side of like I'm just going around here catching giant Pokemon, and then I get a little firework when I do. It's like yay, yay me, you know.
Yeah.
Uh, but you have any more thoughts about Pokemon X and Y, since it seems like you
S-
also have some feelings?
So X and Y, I really thought it was gonna be better, but it's like as soon as you run into like your crew and they won't shut up. they won't shut up, and they're like, "You're gonna have a nickname now because we said you're gonna have one." I'm like, "No,
Yeah.
no, please."
I remember when I first got it back in 2013. They're like, "What's your nickname?" And I'm like, "I don't know." I put like "Rock the Vag," so that was like weird to see them say like, "No way, you rock the vag." What the fuck? So that
Well,
kind of that kind of
I didn't realize that you could make up your own nickname. So I'm just sitting there. They went because I'm really generic and I like to use my name for things in RPGs.
Same.
But so I put Doug, and I'm just like, "Oh, we're either gonna call you Little D or Big D," and I'm like, "Oh, fuck, call me Big D."
Like it's like that one wrestling character, Dick Von Dick.
Yeah,
Doug Von Doug.
yeah. But it's just I don't know. It was like you were saying. It was just so easy. And the only thing I really like, I mentioned this on one of your comments on one of your Twitter posts about it. I'm like, I like the rollerblading. I thought that was neat, but then it's like even after that, they just took away. It's like, oh yeah, you can just run from the beginning. Or like, oh, you don't need a bike because you can just ride Pokemon everywhere. I'm like, that makes sense, but why even have the bike at this point if you're just gonna let me ride around on Pokemon?
It's like no. Well, the thing is like you have to ride around on some Pokemon.
Yeah,
But at the same time, it's like, why give me rollerblades if you're also going to give me a bike? You know, it's like the
Yeah.
bike is just faster. I'm going to just ride the bike. You know,
yeah,
it's like I said, it had ideas. Like you could tell that they were starting to get those ideas ready to go with the move away from the TMs and stuff and the riding
Yeah.
Pokemon. Like they all these ideas get flushed out way better in Pokemon Sun and Moon.
yeah. Sun and Moon were great.
Yeah, and that's just kind of like it's like that. For evolution terms, it's like the missing link, I guess you could
Mhm.
say. It's like the first step from like leaving the like sprite era to the 3D era, but then like Sun and Moon is like such a drastic improvement from X and Y in almost every way that it's just like it. Looking back on it now, it's like, damn, X and Y really was like probably the weakest point in the series.
Yeah.
A lot of cool Pokemon designs. That's like where it really matters, you know, like Aegislash, Tyrantrum. What's the other ones out there?
All three Charizards.
Yeah, Mega Pokemon in general. We can just sit that out there. Mega Pokemon in general, and then of course like the legendaries, Yveltal and Xerneas. I think those are great.
I love Xerneas.
Yeah, Yveltal is my favorite. That bird is metal. But
yeah, he's really cool looking.
how about you, Jason? Do you have any thoughts about X and Y?
It sounds like Pokemon started getting bad when I stopped playing it, so I'm kind of happy. No, because everybody knows that's followed. Like me, I'm more of the Gen 1. I just started playing some of the other ones now. What 6-7 years ago, kind of things like that. But last Pokemon game that I say I completely finished was the Let's Go because it went back to like the original 150, and I had a bunch of fun playing that game. So what Mega Evolutions to me, I never thought were the coolest. Like I was like, me my old ways, like, oh, they get to this last form and that's what they say. Like they don't need to become this silly Mega X whatever form thing that they're on now. Like they can just stay right there, and that's when they're strong.
I still love.
So that's me. I'm on my old rocking chair right now.
Fair enough. Well, that's what I have for that one. Gentlemen, would you like to do one more game, or would you like to talk about what we're looking forward to for the month of August?
So I have one more game, so I'm good with one more. But yeah, I have one more game that I played this one.
All right, Gino, how about you?
Sure, I can do one more game and then
all
talk
right,
about
one more
August.
game. Let's go then. Jason, you started off since you were so enthusiastic.
Yeah, so my last game that I've been playing this month, I have not finished it yet, but because it's been my relaxing game, it is Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Ooh, very nice. Yes, I just recently beat that one too. You know, my wife was watching me, and I kept doing that ooh banana like all the fucking time because I think I am, well, as many people probably think I am, partially retarded. But like I'm one of those people where if it like is a very catchy verbal thing, I always will like sing it, like get it stuck in my head.
Yeah.
I'm like that. My wife calls me a little jukebox because I'm that way with like a song. But
Yep.
like, go on, Jason. You were saying?
No, I say yeah. Gwen Stefani taught us how to say like spell banana, and now Donkey Kong, if you played this game, knows how to react to if you are hungry for a banana and you want to eat one.
How far are you in that game, Jason? Before I don't want to spoil anything.
Not super crazy far. I think if anybody were to have played it, probably 2 hours in. I think I have like 40 something bananas.
Okay. Yeah, so you aren't really that far at all yet. You have you gotten
No.
how many forms have you gotten?
Oh, just one, but I know there's multiples and everything like that.
All right, so you only got the DK monkey form.
hmm
All right, Gino, have you played this one?
I have not. I don't have a Switch 2 yet. I'm
Oh,
still
okay.
on the fence about just from hearing all the like crashes and stuff. I'm just like, nah, I'm good. Like I don't do the things that have gotten people bricked consoles, but I'm also like, well, what if something happens that I do get a bricked console and Nintendo's just like, it's fine. It'll figure itself out.
I don't know what you would be doing unless you're trying to hack the thing. I haven't had
I don't
any
know.
issues so far yet, to be honest with you.
But
I
I
mean,
like my
I'm more.
I like oh
No, I say I'm one of the. I mean, It's gonna be hard for me to say anything because I like being early adapter. But like, if you're on the fence of a Switch 2 and you like your original Switch, I would get one because, like I said, I think the system is just gonna be better through time, and it's like I said, there's enough games out there right now, to get one if you are able to. Granted, I know if you're not a fan of Mario Kart, then wait just a little bit because I know and you're a fan of Pokemon, the Pokemon ZA version of it, everything like that is going to be, a bundle and everything. But if you are interested at all, you can get a Mario Kart one because Mario Kart's going to be $80 forever kind of thing. Then just try to get yourself one of those and then kind of go from there. But I mean, I've been happy with my Switch 2 purchase. I mean, again, if you're, I don't know, I just think the system is good.
Right.
It could have a better. I mean, I miss my OLED screen, but again, the way it looks, I mean, I sometimes forget that it's not an OLED screen, but that's just because of how well they've done stuff with the system. So,
Okay. Yeah, I'll have to think about it. I'm not the biggest fan of Mario. I like playing Mario Kart sometimes, but I have to really be in the mood to want to play it, sort of thing.
yes. So I would honestly then wait, and like I said, I would wait for the Pokemon ZA bundle then to come out, and then just get that, and then kind of go from there.
Oh wait,
Yeah, I love this Donkey Kong game. It is a strong game of the year contender for me after I played it.
It is. It's. There's going to be 2 games that are going to be highly discussed at the end of the year, I think.
I think there's going to be more than 2. Like for me right now, there's like 3.
Yeah.
Split Fiction, Expedition 33,
Yeah.
and the DK game. Those are like the 3 I would say that are like.
I always forget about Split Fiction, but what I've heard about that too.
Yeah.
But I know what you mean. Yeah.
Split Fiction's great. That's like the example of a game that, luckily enough, like they make the accessibility to play with a friend very much worth it. Neo and I actually played it together, and we beat it. That game was awesome. It's still currently my game of the year right now. I just think it has like that right oomph, like but like this DK game is going to definitely win some awards. The only thing that's hampering it is that it's a Switch 2 exclusive.
Right.
So like if this was playable on the original Switch as well, like I think it would have a much stronger chance because the install base is much higher. But
could you imagine it running on the original Switch?
No.
Because holy crap, no way.
I could not.
No way.
Even though I did have like a few stutters,
Yeah.
and I thought the performance was great. The performance of that game is like, especially because the game environment is so destructible. Like
that's what's crazy about it. Like
Yeah.
they're like, hey, we're gonna make a Switch 2 exclusive where everything has its own physics and you can destroy everything. Where if you go to like the PS5 where you can do that stuff, they're like, yeah, we're not doing that. What are you talking about? And the
Yeah.
Switch 2 is like, no, we got this. We can do this.
Yeah, because the best version about it, no, the best thing about it, it's like it's so relaxing Like
That's why it's my fall asleep game. Like I said, I feel because I've had it since I had it like 3 or 4 days after launch kind of thing, and I feel embarrassed on how far I am on it. But I'm like, it's a game where I'm like, if I'm just sitting relaxing, I'll just play it for a little bit and then I'll like fall asleep. Like I don't want it to be a game where I feel like I need to rush to get through, because I feel like if I need to feel like I need to rush through it, I'm gonna get bored of it or tired of it. Where like now I'm just like, I just want to go collect these bananas and then just see what happens. And if I want to get these fossils, I'll go get these fossils. If I want to, go do something, I'll go do this. I'm the mechanics on like the tumble jump and everything like that is great. And just only thing that I had to reprogram my brain is A's to jump, because again I haven't played a Nintendo platformer in a while, so always A to jump. It just takes me a little bit to get used to it, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I really like this game. I think the story between DK and Paulina is pretty fun. Like it's just fun. I was joking with people. I'm like, DK and Paulina greater than Joel and Ellie. Just
the only thing I've heard, and again I can kind of feel it. I heard the criticism is the music is such a big factor in it. Yeah. Like they wish that the overworld themes were more like that. But I also have heard the reason why they didn't do that is to give the themes to the transformation kind of things. Yeah. So I could kind of see it both ways. But since this game's such about music, it would have been nicer to like a lot of things about it. So I mean, I'm looking forward to see how the ending is, because I've heard the ending is the last like hour and a half of the game is like insane.
It is.
So I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what that means, because again, if it's anywhere insane like how Mario Odyssey was, then I'm probably gonna be smiling ear to ear for it. So I'm having fun now. I can't imagine what it's gonna be like later on. And even, I mean, obviously there's gonna be endgame, because I don't expect them to think that you're gonna find everything right away, especially because you need to have certain level up stuff to get to certain things. So I can't wait to see what that all happens to.
Yeah, I think for me, it's like when I got to the final game levels, I was like, I feel like, am I in Elden Ring now? That's what I felt like for some.
Oh wow, okay.
Some of these level designs, I was like, this feels like Elden Ring. I was like, where the hell am I?
That's awesome.
I was so confused. Jason, you're a big Elden Ring fan. I think you will understand this more when you finally get to like the last level, level design, and you might understand why I think that way.
Awesome. Yeah, like I said, I'm having fun now. I know, like I said, over this weekend, I'm going to be watching a lot of fighting game stuff, so this is probably going to be on my side, and as I'm watching it, go through it a little bit. So
yeah, the only knock against it was I didn't have any real challenge with the bosses until like the very last boss.
Okay, which again, I never want to say it's a Nintendo game. The reason that's why they do that, but like it's nice for us adults that have played Nintendo for so long to like have at least the children kind of get to the end and then have a little struggle. So for us to be like, oh yeah, it was super easy till we got to the end. It's at least it got to a challenging point kind of thing. So that's kind of nice at least.
Yeah, like I said, it just if you're a big DK fan, this is like the love letter to like DK games.
Cool.
I'm not like the biggest Donkey Kong fan. I'm not the biggest Nintendo fanboy, but I'm well versed in Nintendo lore because it's just so mainstream and popular. Mm-hmm. But it's like even I was getting all the references because it's like, oh dang, this is in this game. Oh, this is in this game. Like
very cool.
If you are huge in to the DK lore and the DK game universe and stuff like that, this is like a must, especially if you own a Switch. Like, definitely get into this, Yeah.
And then the only thing I have to say for my problem is, and this is just because I'm old, Nintendo, please have an update and fix your frame rate for me personally. I don't know if it's that or what it is. I have read on certain websites that I'm not the only one, but I get motion sickness playing this in docked mode. Ooh. So if there's like an update that they can do so I don't get motion sickness, or there's a more accessibility, because in a lot of games I have to go change accessibilities because I get motion sickness. I don't know if it's the blur. Please do that, because like I said, I thought I was crazy and that was the only one. But I typed in Donkey Kong Bonanza motion sickness, and there's people that say like, "Oh no, this is a thing." So if there is a thing, you can do that. So I don't get sick on in docked mode, because if I play it in like right now, I have my Switch 2 propped up on its amazing stand, because the stand on the Switch 2 is so much better than the original Switch.
Oh yeah.
I have it sitting. Oh my gosh, it's so nice, and it clicks, and it like actually has some resistance. Like it's really 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 nice. I have it literally sitting on my desk and standing up, so I just pick up my Pro controller and I can just play it right next to my big TV on a table. And so I would like to play on the big TV because it looks great, but I can't because again,
motion
I don't want to feel so sticky.
Yeah. No, I feel I didn't get motion sickness, luckily, so I can't.
It's like I said, it's a select. Like I said, I thought I'm like maybe it's just me because like I said I get VR sick. I was like, okay, maybe it's just me or whatever.
Oh, okay.
But when I typed in I'm like, oh, let's just see if there's a way I can fix this, or if maybe it's just something I'm missing. And when I typed it, I'm like, wait, there's actually a thing. So I was like, okay, that's interesting.
All right, cool. Gino, do you have any thoughts that you'd like to add?
Squeeze banana.
Squeeze banana. All right, fair enough. Yeah, I could go more into this game, but that would go way too heavy into spoilers. So I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to say if you have a Switch 2, this is like the definitive game to play on there. So I would say
Yes.
go out there and pick that up and go play it. Like I said,
This game gives me so much more hope on what the Switch 2 is going to have later on. Like Mario Kart was whatever it was kind of thing, yes, but like what this game's doing and what they're having ideas for, I'm super excited to see what's going to be coming out for the Switch and for the Switch 2 and continuing going from there.
Right on. All right, now let's go over to our friend here, Gino. Gino, one last game. What you got?
So, I guess not really what I'm trying to think, because especially Friday, I played a whole bunch of games, but I'd say the one that I've been really harped on the last like month and a half is NHL 25.
Nice.
And it's not so much because it's NHL 25, it's because I like hockey. I grew up playing hockey, so it's like it's almost like just it's comfort gaming to me. And I only get it when it's on sale. And this year it was on sale around my birthday, so I got it.
Very nice. Yeah, especially because hockey season's getting closer. We're getting closer to, good old September preseason, training camps, and everything else like that. I understand. Around this time of year, I start to settle in, like with the memories of Madden and everything else like that. Where it's just like, man, I kind of want to just go and play these games on franchise mode and just like run up the score on people and stuff like that.
I mean, I was never like I played bands, but like besides golf games, NHL games were always my favorite.
Oh, I love the NHL games, especially because the Blackhawks were good at one point. So it was fun to like go back and like, yes, Taves, Kane, Hossa, let's go, baby.
My brother's a Blackhawks fan. I'm a Colorado Avalanche fan, so like anytime I can stick it to him, I always did that.
Good old Patrick Waugh fame right there.
Patrick Waugh. Yep. Yep.
Mr. Foot. I like the Avalanche uniforms as well.
Yeah, the Avalanche uniforms look really crisp.
How about you, Gino?
Oh, yeah.
Who's your team?
Penguins. They've been on a bit of a downward spiral. The Blackhawks were my second favorite until that scandal, and I'm like, oh no.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is with that. You can't really change it, and
nope.
I think everyone's gotten their due.
But I like playing Be a Pro mostly because I like just like putting myself in there and being like, I can do this. I can get this team to win, and then I can. And I'm like, yes, I did it.
Especially because like I like how they have it where the camera is like outside, like more on you, so you feel like you're actually running to where you see your teammates go through here, and you're like, oh cool, I can skate into here and call for the pass and try to get that little wrister in, or kind of how you can set up your teammates and depending on like which position you're playing and everything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Like I said, haven't played these games in a while. Because I know I could get addicted to them, because it's just fun to just do that whole like franchise mode and make your ultimate super duper awesome. My third liners are better than some teams' first liner teams.
I'm happy I don't get into those, because like those the card game ultimate, like the ultimate card game team things where you get the cards to make your franchise, and I can see myself getting into those way too much, because in that, like, you don't have to have the best cards. You just be like, oh cool, I'm gonna make a bronze team and just have the best bronze cards and just play in that way, or do little things like that. I could just see myself be like, nope, I need to get these, and I'm gonna do a free team, or I'm gonna do this. I can see myself, unfortunately, doing that.
Yeah.
I know. I could never do that part because I'm not good at. They're power fantasies to me. I just go like, yeah, I'm playing against the NPCs and we're just calling it a day.
Yeah. Well, a lot of in the card games, a lot of them you do play against just the computer to get your team better, to then take it online. So like I never used to play it online a lot. I would just play against the CPU just to be like, all right, cool, I'm going to make my team this way because I want to play against the computer more than anything.
Right.
Same.
But yeah, I know EA Access is another fun thing to have with your Mass Effect. I mean, Mass Effect. Why did I say Mass Effect? No idea why. EA Access is a great thing to have with your Game Pass. There you go. That's what I meant to say. So, you can always just check those out as well over there, if you're interested in replaying those. So definitely would say go check those out. If you are interested in playing like those EA games and everything else like that, they're fun still to just have like a fun power fantasy aspect to it. Maybe not like the best games overall, but hey, it is what it is. If you're just looking for like a fun game to waste time and everything else like that, that's a good one. Yeah. Jason, got any more like to add to that?
No, I say I agree. The only NHL game that I would say, like, if you have like the EA stuff, is I don't remember which one it was, but it was like 2 years ago or 3 years ago or something like that, where they had the retro NHL where you could play like the newer roster, but like as the old NHL '95 kind of style game. When I had my Xbox Live for a little bit, I remember playing that a few times, because NHL '95, '96 were always my favorite NHL games, besides like the newer like 2015 through 2019 or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. All right. If anyone doesn't mind, I guess we can move on to me.
Yeah.
There's been like a couple games I've been kind of batting around with a little bit. One of them has just basically been Rome Total War, where I've just been redoing like the conquest things. I've actually beat it recently, the single player campaign kind of experience, the conquest. But I don't know if that counts for like my video game challenge. It's more so like I'd rather move on from that and just say like I restarted playing Assassin's Creed Origins recently. I kind of got like the itch to go back and play it. I know they got like a 60 FPS patch recently, that and Odyssey for PlayStation 5 and Xbox. So I was like, I've been kind of feeling it, because I've been playing Rome Total War and I've been living in the past. I've been watching a lot more historical documentaries recently, and I was just like, kind of want to go back and play these Assassin's Creed games to see if I still like them as much as I did. I recently picked up Assassin's Creed Shadow, the controversy of the year, I guess. So I was thinking, well, maybe I should go back, play Origins, and then see how I like it, and then maybe go on to Valhalla and play something else. So restarted that game, and I gotta say, like, these games are great still. It's not the Assassin's Creed game that a lot of people like. Obviously, the whole stealthy assassins part is more towards like a certain group of people, and I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of the Assassin's Creed formula that way. I'm also a big proponent that Assassin's Creed original needs to be, remastered and ported because it's the only one that you cannot play on PlayStation is the original. Unless you want to play it through cloud, I believe, and even then, I don't know if you could play it through cloud. But the only reason why I enjoy playing it more on PlayStation than I do on Xbox, because you could play all the Assassin's Creed on Xbox, like even the original one, is for some reason the control scheme setup just feels better mapped to a PlayStation controller than it does to an Xbox controller. So that's kind of also why I wanted kind of them to remake Assassin's Creed 1 and port that one over because I just want to play them all from the beginning to end, and I just don't want to play it on my Xbox. I mostly love my Xbox more than my PlayStation, but the controller scheme just works so much better on the PlayStation. I don't know why. It's just the way they mapped it works more perfectly for there. But overall, I like the vibe of the ancient Egyptian feels. It's a Ubisoft game through and through. I love that you can also wear a Far Cry Primal outfit if you choose to, which made me laugh. And yeah, it's just fun. I like Bayek as a character. I'm not looking to play this game for super over the top historical accuracy because I know some that was like a big controversy. And as a history major, I get it. But also on top of that too, it's just like, look, I'm here to have fun and kind of just live in this alternate, reality kind of fantasy and stuff like that. And I feel like these games did a good job at doing that for the most part.
Yeah.
Even if the gameplay itself wasn't the best. Jason, you have something going.
No, I was gonna say, like, as a person who doesn't play Assassin's Creed, but like, isn't that kind of the point? Is to like not change history, but kind of like not be super crazy 100% historically accurate because you're doing stuff to affect it in a way.
Yeah, I mean, this one I will spoil because
yeah, go for it. I won't play it
because this one doesn't really matter. Like the end of the game ends with Julius Caesar's assassination.
Okay.
And he wasn't killed by a woman. All right, that's what it was. It's one of those things where it's like the story makes sense when you live in that world. Obviously, it's pretty fun to like get all the references. It's like you're living in Ptolemaic Egypt. It's not like the Egypt of like the pharaohs, like when they were building the pyramids and stuff like that. No, this is more close to like after the conquest of Alexander the Great and after the Roman Civil War, which led to the eventual empire. Like it is a very fun time frame to be in because it's still got the roots of ancient Egypt, but like it was still like not the same type of Egypt you're thinking of, And they had like the right like amount of mysticism and stuff like that just to like have fun with it. Like the Assassin's Creed games to me, like before they went to like this style, were fun ideas, but I kind of like the more loosey goosey kind of like like the gods and stuff like that. And like I said, I just really like Bayek. He's a really fun character. I feel like his whole story arc of like his son being killed and his revenge plot is actually cool, to say the least. Because like the standard issue revenge story is an easy one to do, and it's like not exactly hard to fuck up. But this one just had like a fun, unique kind of twist to it, where it's like, you're uncovering this like giant ancient cult, and like you're trying to get to the ringleader, and then the whole DLC that you could buy for it is really really good. Where like it's got this whole weird mysticism because you play as a Magi as well. So like this is like the Magi of like ancient order. This is like the Magi after like years of being conquered and like ruled under like foreign leadership. So it's not like the same role anymore. It's like now they're kind of like the Rangers in Lord of the Rings. There's just like we're not here like to be personal bodyguards anymore. We're kind of like law of the land kind of sheriffs. And
Hmm.
um, like I said, I did buy some of the like cosmetic stuff. Like I'm riding around on this uni camel it's called, and it's just a camel with a unicorn horn, and it has like rainbow fur and stuff. And I'm like, just having fun, just going around having fun. Um, but yeah, I highly recommend Origins. It's definitely a lot more fun than I remembered. And now it plays a lot better too. So that's another big plus. So I've noticed combat has become a lot more fun to engage with.
Hmm.
Um, Gino, how about you? You didn't have any thoughts so far about it?
So I played a little bit of the Assassin's Creed, and I played a little bit of the first one. I played a little bits and pieces of pretty much everything up until 3, and after 3 is where I sort of was like, I'm not super into this game, but also I couldn't just recklessly run around stabbing everything without getting kicked out of the what I forget what the thing you're inside of is.
The Animus?
Yeah, before getting kicked out of the Animus, I started to call it the Omnimus, and I'm like, it's not that.
Mm-mm.
But because I was like, I'm like running around, and it was in Assassin's Creed 1. I'm like, stab. Hey, don't stab things you aren't supposed to. Why not stab? Oh, you're kicked out. And I'm like, oh, okay. The stories were really good, just not my cup of tea when it came to gameplay.
Yeah, I mean they are fun. I like these ones a lot more than the other ones in terms of the stealth one, but I want to go back and replay them because I listened to the Black Flag soundtrack a lot, and that Black Flag soundtrack is really fucking good.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that one's really good. The Black Flag.
Jason, how about you? You got anything you'd like to add before we move on?
No, it's out of all the podcasts, it's another one of those games that I get told to give a second chance to and play as the Assassin's Creed franchise. So eventually, maybe I'll get to it. It's been this long, so I doubt it, but it's definitely on the shame list of franchises that I haven't really given a chance.
I mean, they go on sale quite a lot, and now that they've got
Oh yeah,
so many like patches and upgrades and everything else like that, uh, it's just great. Like I said,
Yeah.
these are just fun. These are like really
Mhm.
good podcast games, as I like to call them, where you just sit down, turn off
Oh
your
yeah.
brain, and just kind of go and explore. Like I would say like these particular ones, like Origins, Odyssey, Valhalla, and maybe Shadows, are kind of just like fun. Go around, collect some points, check marks, and do all that stuff. Like
Hmm.
games I would consider like podcasting games are like all those ones. Ghost of Tsushima, Far Cry Primal. It's just like you're going there, you're gonna kill, check mark, get them off the objective, listen to like a podcast, learn something, and just kind of be like, great way to spend some day hiding from the cold or from the heat.
Yep.
Hmm.
I definitely I have a bunch of those podcasting games. Like there's like those are sometimes my favorite because like you said you're not you're doing something by not doing something. It's always one of those weird like weird things to feeling that way.
Yeah, it's like
Hmm.
I want to say like the story for Origins and Odyssey I really did like. Origins, I think I was looking at my PlayStation time for them. Origins, I had like 34 hours in originally from my PS4 run, and Odyssey, I had 74 hours in. and I did not even get close to seeing everything in these games. I would say that a lot of my issues are like bloat. I don't think these games suffer from bloat per se, but I do feel like the biggest issue with these games is that they're too fucking big. you know.
Mm.
So I know I got into a little bit of a tiff with someone online about that, but I would
be
say
like that sometimes.
well, I would say like I wouldn't say like he's like, oh, they're just bloat, and I'm like, I don't necessarily agree that these games are bloated. It just feels like they give you a lot to do. I said it was more bang for your buck, especially now where you could get them for like $20
Okay.
with all the
Yeah.
DLC and everything. Like you could go explore and find some stuff. Like I think I got like half the trophies for this original game when it came out, or originally, and I'm
Yeah.
looking back on it now, and there's like a whole bunch of side quests that I did not do. Like there's like in this one, like you could get into chariot races in Origins. I didn't do that. You get into gladiator arena style battles. I didn't do that. There's one where you got to go and find some weird stuff in the desert. It's a trophy, so that's another one. But like I guess there's like a whole bunch of weird stuff that you could go explore and look at. And plus it's just fun just to go around like and see Alexandria in like what would be its prime, you know? Like you get to see the library, you get to see the lighthouse, you get to see the pyramids when the pyramids still had their white paint on it, you know? Not like what they are today. It is a nice little like capture of all these cities. That's like the one thing these Assassin's Creed games have always done well is recreate the environments that you were in. You know, like I feel like I'm in ancient Greece. You know, a lot of island hopping is in that one too. When you're in like the Caribbean, like you feel like you're in the Caribbean, going around being swashbuckling pirates. When you're in early America, Rome, and all that stuff, Florence, like all these places look just like you would expect them to look, and they've done a great job remastering that alone. Recreating, that's the word I want to say. Recreating that environment. So that's all I got really left to say. You guys have any closing thoughts about that?
That's a good way to summarize it right there.
Nope. Yeah, that's good.
Alrighty. Well, so we got most of the games that we wanted to talk about out of the way. So now we're going to start winding this down and talk about what we are looking forward to for the month of August. There's a lot of games coming out in August. I didn't realize that I think a lot of people are going to be interested in playing. So, Jason, you don't have to like go one at a time or something like that. But if you have like a list or a game or something like that that you think that you want to talk about, let's
I can go through
you, Jason.
Yeah, so my one game for sure, like I said, I have a few that I'll list, but my one game is technically two in a way, so it's kind of cheating the system. It comes out tomorrow, and then another game almost exactly like it come out at the end of August. But I'm very interested in playing and comparing Ninja Gaiden Ragebound to Shinobi Art of Vengeance. Very weird that both of them come out in about a month span, and they're 2D ninja retro games coming back. But I'm very interested to see how they both play, how they both are. I've already heard that Ninja Gaiden Ragebound is pretty good, so I'm very, very excited to see and pick that up. And then, like I said, at the end of the month, Shinobi. They have great art. I think Shinobi looks a little bit nicer and like presentation wise. It looks more hand drawn, where Ninja Gaiden's more pixel arted. So I like how they're the same but different. I'm just kind of curious on seeing what they how they both play. Another game I'm interested in. Only to see if they fixed it, because when they had the demo come out, I was like, I am probably not going to buy this. So hopefully they fix it. But House of the Dead 2 remake is coming out.
Ooh, yeah.
And House of the Dead 2 is my favorite House of the Dead. But the remake was very, very grainy and very ugly. where like the House of the Dead remake was a little bit better, but they, for some odd reason, I don't know what they did to this remake. It did not look like something I wanted to buy, and that's saying something because again, I will buy House of the Dead 2 anytime I get a chance to. And I was looking at this, I'm like, I don't like what they did. They try to make it too real in a very weird way. So if they fix it, hopefully I'll pick it up. But if it's what I've already played of it, I probably will pass. But again, we will see. Another one that actually comes out in a week as well was the Gradius Origins collection. Huge fan of Gradius, so getting them all together and putting them on my Switch, because that's probably where I would get it for, would be fun. Can't wait to see that. Again, I already talked about Sagat. Sagat's going to be fun to play. And then one that I don't know if I'm going to buy, but I'm very interested in seeing what the critics and everybody says, is I didn't realize that we were this close to Metal Gear Solid Delta.
Oh, yeah.
So Snake Eater is at the end of the month, and that felt like it was such a big hype game, and then it got super quiet, and now it's already coming out. So I'm just curious in seeing what they do with it, and I hope it does well, because I like to see games that were really good in the back bring to the current modern day and done really well. So excited to see what that does.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the games I'm gonna wait for a sale on them. Not because I'm like one of these weirdos that's like, oh, I'll be a purist. It's like I just don't have time to fit it in, so I'll wait.
Yeah, like, so we talked about how many games that like we don't play and everything like that. Now we're like, I just listed 6. I'm like, I have no idea when I'll play these 5-6 games, but I'm just looking forward to hopefully like they do well, because again, even if you don't buy it right away, or you don't play it, if it does well, then it means later on we're going to get more stuff like that, or games that are doing things that these games did because they're doing well. So hopefully they all do well.
Yes, I know. Neo is very stoked for Ragebound and Shinobi. I got the physical for Shinobi coming, so I can't wait to get that as well. I got it. I know Ragebound also got a physical. I got pre-order that, or not pre-order, but buy that at a later date as well.
They were. See, I've been out of work for so long that I didn't even know it had a physical copy. Now I'm sad that I'm not going to get a copy.
I'm sorry about that. But if you ever want to know about if something's getting a physical, just message me. I probably will tell you the correct answer.
Yeah. I mean, I should expect it, kind of thing.
Yeah. All right, cool. A lot of cool games there, Jason. I know a few of them I am interested in playing eventually at some point. But cool. You have anything else you'd like to add before we throw it to Gino?
No. So yeah, those are the games I'm looking forward to, and then obviously at the end of the month we have Gamescom. So interested in seeing what happens there as well.
Awesome. All right, thank you, Jason. Gino.
So I was looking through the games that are coming out next month, and not only was I interested in House of the Dead 2, because at least House of the Dead 1 I played way too many times and wasted way too many quarters on. I got to the point where I could get to the second boss, like beat the second boss on one set of quarters, and then I just I don't know where to go. I never really played. I think I remember seeing House of the Dead 2, but I think predominantly I only saw House of the Dead 1 and 3, because 3 had like the shotgun light gun, correct?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, and you could.
Okay.
That's where the shaking of the weapon as well started happening, I believe. Yeah.
Then I only really saw the arcade cabinet for 1 and 3. But
yeah.
The only thing that makes me sad about the House of the Dead remakes is that I want to be like, okay, I want to be like I'm at the arcade again with the light gun, but not a lot of consoles do the light gun. It's like, oh, well, I don't want to just move a cursor around the screen shooting things. That's no fun. Right. But
They had a company that was coming out that was actually doing light guns for your TV and for your monitors, but I haven't heard from them in a while. I can't remember the name of them, but yeah, there was a company that was having a thing where you could actually do light guns on your TV, and it worked decently well, because I know somebody that was messing with them, but I haven't heard if it was like if that was the final, because they're like, oh, it could be a little bit better. But I haven't heard anything from it in a while, so I'm gonna have to double check on that.
All right, but Yeah, the other game I'm looking forward to is called Midnight Murder Club.
Huh.
It's you guys have played Gary's mod, right?
No.
Yes.
You know how they have the side game Murder, where you have like one person that's the murderer, one person that's the police officer, and everyone else is just trying to figure out like who done it, essentially. But again, depending on like your group of players, you go like have a fun adventure through this mansion, and it's supposed to like you're doing this, it gets dark, like the power goes out, and it's more like a game of hide and seek at this point, where all of you are trying to figure out who the murderer is, while the other person's going around murdering everyone. But it's more like a clue style game, I suppose would be the best way to analogy for it.
Yep.
And it's coming out for PS5 and PC.
Okay. Very nice. Very cool. Is that all you got there, Gino?
Yeah, that's really it. Everything else looks pretty good, but not stuff that I'd be like super interested. I do see Helldivers 2 is coming out for Xbox finally.
Yes.
Thing might be a little too late, but my buddy's excited to play it at work, so.
A little too late. I feel like that's gonna help it get a little bit more revitalized there.
Oh, you think it's going to revitalize it? I hope so.
I wouldn't say like it's going to like bring everyone back, but I pre-ordered it. I'm excited to go play it on Xbox because that's where I prefer to play my shooters.
That light gun looks so cool. It looks like the one that I remember from the original House of the Dead arcade also.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they have 3 different colors. But yeah, those work on the LCD, like on modern TVs.
Ooh, nice. I'll have to check it out.
Okay. Jason, you have any more thoughts before I go over to me?
Mm.
All right. So there are a few games I'm very interested in looking into a little bit more. One of them is coming out the same day as Helldivers, and that is the Gears of War Reloaded collection.
Yep.
Well, not Gears of War Reloaded. It's coming to PlayStation as well, finally, for the first time. That's going to be pretty interesting to see, to say the least. But I'm kind of curious about it. I do have a physical copy pre-ordered for the PlayStation 5. But now it's coming down to like, okay, where do I play it? Do I play it on Xbox or do I play it on PlayStation? Because it is part of my Game Pass library, so definitely want to check that out. That comes out August 26th for both of them, and yeah, I'm very interested in playing that. Because I love Gears and I kind of want to see it again. Because even though I did like the Xbox One version of it, I just want to play it again at 60 FPS with even more over the top graphical fidelity and stuff. The Coalition does really great work, and I can't wait to go back and re-experience that for the first time. Another game too that I'm very excited about is Mafia: The Old Country. I kind of
I've heard about that.
I kind of like the Mafia games, but I'm not like a huge fan of them. This kind of looks really amazing. This game, it's not going to be like an over the top open world, crazy kind of feel to it and stuff like that, where it's like, oh well, I gotta go explore the entire fucking island of Sicily. It's like no, they said that they're gonna focus on it being more linear, kind of get it to be like more on the rails than off the rails. Kind of go make your own adventure, So
That's good.
Everything is fun. Looking that I've seen from this game so far, it looks pretty fucking cool to go around and drive on these old school like 1910s racing cars and stuff like that, stuff that you would see in like the old school running of the Indy 500 where it was something like that. So I'm very curious to see how it works out. Obviously I think it takes place just before World War One, if I recall correctly, so like 1910. So it looks like a very fun kind of like origin for like the people who maybe like know about the mafia but don't know about the whole history about how it started in Sicily and stuff like that as like the big thing. So definitely looking forward to that. It's not a full price game too. It's only $40, I believe, or $50. So I'm probably gonna wait on the reviews for it before I buy it. But yeah, that's definitely one of those games I'm looking forward to. Another game that I'm looking forward to is the new Giant Squid Studios game. If you guys don't know that studio, they made games called Abzu, Pathless, and this is going to be their new game, Sword of the Sea. And it kind of looks like it's going to continue that fun, kind of chill out, visual, stunning, spectacular, and you get to basically be Tony Hawk with a flying sword.
Ooh,
So
that sounds pretty cool.
So if anyone wants to look into that, Sword of the Sea is the game. I think it's a day one PlayStation game for if you have PS Plus. So if you're looking to get some more value out of that one, that's definitely the one game I'd recommend. And then finally, this is the last game I want to talk about because this game was supposed to come out, I think, in May, and then they delayed it to August, and at the very end of August, and that is called Lost Souls Aside. And this is part of the PlayStation's China Hero project. This game is not a Souls-like kind of game, like a lot of these games have kind of been. It's a action adventure RPG, kind of in the same style as Bayonetta and Devil May Cry. The game looks cool. I guess it was originally started by one dude, and then they expanded it out. He got a bigger studio. They got more of a budget. They, got a huge team behind him. It looks cool. It looks flashy, but my biggest concern is it going to be good? And
Yeah.
right now, I'm on the wait and see approach to that one. But this game looks like it could be really damn good. PlayStation has found like a good job like publishing a few of these like third party games and stuff like that, and this looks to be like another one of those ones that
Oh,
could
nice.
probably find a nice cult following as well.
I have to check that out. There's not not that there's not a lot of games that interest me. There's just not a lot of games like that have been on their way to coming out that I've been like, oh my gosh, I need to get that game. Like even with the Midnight Murder Club, I'm like, oh, this game would be pretty cool. But then everyone else would have to get it too. So I have to it's pick and choose sort of thing.
Right. And that's all I got to say for this one. Jason, are you back yet? All right, Jason is still not back yet.
I'm back.
Oh, you're back. Okay, cool. All right, cool. So yeah, August looks like it's going to have like a lot of fun, a lot of remakes, a lot of ports. Another game series I bought was the Hellblade for the PS5. Played them on Xbox. Can't wait to play them on PlayStation, especially because they're getting a 60 FPS patch. I really love those games. Hellblade was my favorite new IP of last generation, so I cannot wait for it. Black Myth Wukong is coming to Xbox too. I know Neo's been super excited about that as well. I hated it, so I will say nothing else besides I'm happy that you're happy. I just don't like Souls games. Every time I play them, they always play the same. Even when they try to add new, like features, I'm like, yeah, it's still I'm still driving a Toyota, even if it has a Ferrari shell, But
you checked that Phantom Blade Zero game yet?
I've looked at it, and to be honest with you, I am not interested at all. Everything about that game just like this Lost Souls Aside game kind of feels like that a little bit too. But that Phantom Blade looks way more Flash, no Thunder. You know what I mean?
Oh man, yeah. No, it reminds me of so much of more of a Devil May Cry, but you're adding a little bit of a Souls leveling up system to it, and I was like, this might be really good. It could be terrible, but it's very, very early. But yeah, it looks. I don't know. It might be the Souls game that might get you, I think.
we'll
because
see.
because it won't be technically B1.
Like I said, we'll see. I'm
Right.
it like that game in particular to me just looks like it's all flash. You know,
Mhm.
I just feel like that game is like once you play it, it's not gonna live up to the flashiness. You know.
It very well easily could do that.
Yeah, that's like my only great concern. Uh, but yeah, no, that should be a good way to wrap it. Thank you guys for coming on. I had a lot of fun. It's always fun to talk about games. So thank you,
Yeah,
Jason and Gina.
this is really
Yeah,
fun.
thank you.
Thank you.
So links to their YouTube channels are in the description of the video. So if you want to click them directly there, if you haven't already, please go follow these fine gentlemen. Jason, would you like to start off with anything upcoming for you?
I have nothing. I know we start top fives. I saw Neil in the chat. I know he's doing a Stargate one. I'll be on there. I'll be modded, like pretty much, producing, just being on there, getting the stuff like that, because I don't really know much about Stargate. I just know he said he's been watching it since we've been on our little break. So he's gonna be talking with a bunch of people, and I'm just gonna be the one sitting there learning and seeing if they could convince me to watch a show that I've never watched really before, or just sit there and be dumb, which more than likely that's going to be what's going to happen. So I know that's in a week or two. I forgot the exact date. And then after that, I think we're doing N64 games, but I can't remember the days. But yeah, so that's going to be starting up again really soon. And other than that, I just need to find motivation to do some of my show ideas, because it's been very hard as of late. So, but I still have a bunch of stuff that could be coming out soon. Just like I said, if you just follow this channel, you'll see them eventually pop up when they do.
Nice.
All right, cool. Thank you, Jason. How about you, Gino?
I don't know. We'll see. I'm thinking about streaming tomorrow and Friday. I don't know what. I'm sort of in the mood to continue the Mega Man 2 playthrough. I've been really in the mood to play Mega Man 0 lately. So we'll see.
All right, cool. As for me, we will be back tomorrow with our friend Mr. Extra Zero for another episode of Legacy Loading, and we're going to be talking about Pac-Man. So
Ooh.
we're going to sit back and learn about Zero's love for Pac-Man, and we're going to learn about the origins of Pac-Man and everything else like that too. Get some more information. I've really been loving doing these Legacy Loading series so much because they've been very eye-opening, and it's been kind of fun. We have had a bunch of fun guests on, and you get to look at like the actual people who made these games and stuff like that. Last week we did Tomb Raider, and that was a fun little gag learning about some of these devs and everything else like that. And the week prior we learned about Peter Molyneux, and we just shit on him for 2 hours straight. But honestly, I had more respect for Peter Molyneux with just how honest he was as a person. If you haven't watched those, go back and watch them. But if not, we will see you for tomorrow. And yeah, I got nothing else planned this week. Some guests canceled, some stuff fell through, so we're only going to be doing today and tomorrow, and then it will be August, and we will be back with some more stuff. Hopefully, we'll have some more pre-recorded content that will be posted up on the channels a lot more in the future. But besides that, everyone, thank you for stopping by. If you can, please leave a like and a comment. A small sacrifice to the algorithm gods. They help this channel grow. Even if it's just you calling me a slur, it helps. That's all it is. And with that being said, everyone, have yourself a great Wednesday night. Hump day is over. We are very close to the weekend, and I hope everyone has a great weekend. I will be posting videos and pictures on my Twitter of the video game store I'm going to this weekend. So hopefully you'll follow me there. All right, everyone. Peace.